If you're watching this video, chances are you've heard of developer Gust's Atelier series in some capacity. In an industry flooded with iterative titles from series like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty, the Atelier games are a lesser known franchise that's plugged along for just over 2 long decades now. The series goes as far back as 1997 with Atelier Marie on the original PlayStation, and since 2001 has seen a new installment every single year. The US release of Atelier Firis this past March marks the 19th title in the series, and the 20th title, Atelier Lydia and Soie, was announced not too long ago. All that said though, my experience with the Atelier games is rather limited. I played a fair amount of Atelier Eska and Logi back when it came out in 2014, but I never finished it. During the Steam summer sale, I grabbed the 18th game in the series, Atelier Sophie, and have been playing it on and off ever since. So why the hell am I here making a video for a franchise I've arguably played less than a 20th of? Well, I definitely can't speak for the series as a whole, but I can speak for a couple of aspects of Atelier Sophie specifically that have stuck with me. Back in March, I talked about how Zelda Breath of the Wild afforded the player unmatched amounts of freedom. How it gave the privilege to seek out your own intrinsically rewarding adventures without feeling like the game is telling you to do otherwise. While not nearly to the same degree as Breath of the Wild, I get the same sense of liberation in Atelier Sophie as well. This is mainly due to how the game handles its story progression and character interactions. In Atelier Sophie, you mainly advance the story by helping a magical talking book named Plakta regain her memories. You do this by carrying out various actions that gradually fill up a meter and unlock a new memory once it's full. These actions are ones that you would be doing on your own anyways though, such as conducting alchemy, hunting monsters, or completing requests at the tavern. Basically, this means the story develops naturally over the course of time without any conscious effort from the player, which is a rarity in video games. In other games, you typically have to complete a story mission of some sort, or beat a dungeon, or save a princess or something to progress. Even in previous Atelier games, there were hard deadlines to fulfill in order to advance the story. Since there are no hard deadlines to speak of in Atelier Sophie, you're given total liberty to spend your time however you want. Want to do some alchemy? Feel free to while away the days at your cauldron. Itching for some blood? Go out and slaughter some monsters, and maybe do a little gathering while you're at it. Because the story advances so fluidly, anything you do in the game directly contributes to your progression through it, without any conscientious effort on your part. Even taking a stroll through town can... Wait, where the heck are all the people? See, we really can't have a discussion about Atelier Sophie's game progression without also talking about the town of Kirkenbell. When I first stepped foot in it, I was pretty disappointed. I knew I shouldn't set my standards for the game too high, but the town still seemed especially bland in design and was devoid of life with only a handful of unflinching NPCs sprinkled here and there. Despite all that, Kirkenbell has managed to persistently surprise me with how lively it can actually be. As you go about your business in town, Sophie is frequently pulled into conversations with her friends, shopkeepers, and other townsfolk. Just like how the story flows fluidly, Kirkenbell provides an avenue for the player to naturally interact with the characters by rewarding the player for activities they would do anyways. You already have to frequent the various shops around town to purchase alchemy ingredients and craft equipment for instance, so it goes to reason that Sophie would have a chat with the owners while she's at it. Or sometimes you'll round a corner and be called over by a friend to discuss something. Other times you may see a character in a place they normally wouldn't be, and go talk to them out of sheer curiosity. The game rarely tells you to go here at this time and talk to this person to make something happen. There's no obvious rhyme or reason for when these interactions trigger besides the passage of time, which makes them a pleasant surprise whenever they do, even if the contents of the conversations tend to be rather simplistic in nature. Even though the game gives you access to quick travel for Kirkenbell, I eventually found myself not using it very often. I walk to and from my destinations, wonder if something might happen or catch my interest along the way. I may think, I haven't talked to Elise at the bookstore in a while, I wonder what she's up to. On the way there I'd find Monica in front of the church and get wrapped up in the game of hide and seek with the kids she's playing with. After finishing up the game I'd finally go talk to Elise where she told me about a new gathering spot she heard about. Finally, I'd wrap up the day doing some synthesis in the atelier where maybe I'd get a visitor or two. The whole experience embodies the simple serendipity of life. Going with the flow, if you would. I don't feel like I'm interacting with these characters because the game tells me I should. Instead, it feels like the game puts in an effort to interact with me. Don't get me wrong, Atelier Sophie has many flaws. The characters are flat, the combat system is needlessly convoluted, and Kirkabale still looks just plain boring when taken at face value, to name a few. But Atelier Sophie bears much of the burden of story progression and character interactions, leaving the player with the freedom to truly do as they please. This alone is praiseworthy, and not something you often see in other games.
It's a barrel! It's a barrel!
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this attempt at a shorter video compared to my other longer ones. If you liked what you saw, then do me a favor and give the video a like. And if you want to see more of what I have to offer, you can check out my blog, which I have a link to in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
It's a barrel! It's a barrel!